And we're live, guys. I'm here with Seth Kordick, the $90,000 man. He sold $90,000 in March. And we're here to answer any questions you guys have about online arbitrage. Seth is here to answer any questions I have about online arbitrage. I think I've spent close to 21,000 in. Oh, here comes the volume. So if you guys have questions, I actually have YouTube pulled up right here, so I'll be able to see all your comments come in live. But yeah, feel free to ask questions, and we're just going to be chatting about OA, online arbitrage. For anyone that doesn't know what online arbitrage is, it's when you buy products on various websites like Target, Walmart, basically any retail website, and you purchase the items and you sell them on Amazon. It's pretty simple. You find them for cheaper prices on these websites, and you use Amazon historical data to see that they're selling for higher prices. You buy them and you flip them. It's a pretty simple business. And we got Jameson in the house, the 300K Q4 man.
What's up, fellas? Guys, how you guys doing?
What's good? We're good, man. We're just waiting on some questions to come in, and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
And one thing too is Romer is taking the right approach to it, because you can't buy 3 items, send them in, and be like, why haven't I made money yet? Like, he is pushing it hard at the very start.
Yeah,
he has knowledge of Keepa. He knows what he's doing. And when you spend money on good stuff, like, you're going to get good stuff back. So
exactly.
We
got someone saying Romy Rome. Yeah, I'm going pretty hard, guys. Got my Amex Plum. The idea is I want to show you guys. I'm either going to go bankrupt and you guys just see me, on the side of the road in a few months from spending this much, or I'm going to prove to you guys that you can take you use a credit card. It's called the Amex Plum. It has a 60-day pay period, meaning you have 60 days to pay it off without it affecting your credit score, I believe. Is that right, Seth? It doesn't affect your credit score, right?
Yeah, it doesn't affect your credit score.
Yeah, so this is a business card. In most credit cards, you have to pay off in 30 days. This has 60 days. From my research, talking with various people who do online arbitrage, you can sell through 100% of your inventory in 45 days. So theoretically, I should be able to spend $2 million on this plum and pay it off in 60 days. That's the plan. And we'll see if that actually happens or not. I'm not actually going to spend $2 million, but I do plan on spending $100,000 within 30 days. That's my goal. It's hard to spend that much in OA, especially at this stage, but I've already spent $21,000. I cheated a little bit and I bought a $4,000 pallet of Starbucks, these little coffee pods. In my opinion, they're way overpriced. Selling them for $45 a piece, bought them for $20. So that technically isn't OA, because my friend told me about he basically he's a prep center for me. He manages my prep center, or he has his own business and he functions as a prep center for me, and he has product that he sold me. So I'm not counting that 4,000 in spend. So technically I've done 17,000 in spend, but that's basically it. We got these two wonderful experts here. So ask questions, guys. What's up? How you guys doing?
Doing great. Was just outside. It's absolutely gorgeous here. I'm not on the East Coast, so like the sun is going down. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Love it.
You know what else is gorgeous?
What?
Jameson's bald head.
It's smooth too. Do you go in the morning and just like smooth it out?
No, not every day.
We got Nick Jump coming in saying, what are your favorite categories? Nick he's definitely a bookseller. Is he the fact that you know him makes me think he's a retail arbitrage guy too.
He used to do books. He does retail arbitrage too.
Okay.
Merchant fulfilled a lot. He's crazy good at it.
So he graduated from his part-time job to his full-time job.
Yeah, I hung out with him on my move from Jersey to.
Jameson used to make fun of me back in the day when I first started selling books. He would post pictures of me like drunk in a Uber and say, "I remember my first part-time job." I was like,
I still have
selling Barbie dolls, bro. I'm selling books.
Anybody wants to buy those videos from me? $19 a piece. I got plenty of videos of Roman drunk in New York City. I even have a video of you taking a leak on the fucking sidewalk.
Yeah, that's valuable content right there. Taking stickers off 300 books. Yeah, Billy, that sucks. Get a prep center. If I could go back in time with books, like I used to prep all my books on the road. I was just talking to Ryan. I don't know if you know Ryan. There's lots of Ryans out there. I don't know his Instagram name, but he said he knew you, Jameson.
Oh yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
He's doing a cross country trip like you did. Jameson, by the way, has like Google Maps of like all the stores. He's got like fucking 4,000 stores on Google Maps. Every store that he's been to do retail arbitrage, meaning he goes in the store, purchases items that are going to sell on Amazon, and flips them. Same concept as online arbitrage, except you actually go into the physical store. And Ryan was saying that he would go out and fill his van up and then go back home and prep the items. And you were like, why don't you just ship them on the road? And if I could go back in time, what I would do is I would just use a prep center. When I'm on the road and I found items, I would just take them to a prep center and drop them off. We actually did that with chlorine. There's somebody you laughing at.
Steve.
For new red nose. I don't get it.
I think he's talking about me. We used to make these stupid. When I was doing RA at a Walgreens like 6-7 years ago, like Walgreens was trying to raise money for a charity or something, and they were selling these red clown noses for $1, and I bought one, and I posted a bunch of pictures with it, and then me and Steve made some YouTube videos, and I wore it, and so like it's just kind of like a stupid joke that like stuck for like the last 7 years.
Do you guys? Obviously you give to the. Do you give, Seth, when like you check out and they're like, do you want to round up to? It's $16.99. Are you going to round up to $17 to give to charity, or are you going to say no?
I feel like I'm so like I'm low-key a little salty that like they keep raising their prices, especially there's a thrift store in Colorado called the Arc that's like double what it was like 3 years ago. So I'm like, no, I don't. But
yeah,
like, they use that as a tax write-off, all the donations they get. Like,
what's like they didn't even really raise it. They're like, we raised this much money. It's like, no, you didn't. That was your customers. Like you didn't. Well, you raised it technically. I don't know. And I've heard like a lot of those charities are actually pretty sketch. And instead, you should just take your money and actually give it to, like the further away you get from the cause, like the more people involved. Usually, like salaries come in and different things like that. You don't know where the money's actually going.
Yep.
Well, we got Rake and Profit in the house. Shout out for that super chat. If anyone else wants to pay for my wine, go ahead.
You could have just sent that $3 to me, Raken. You gave it to Romer.
After taxes, I'm gonna get like 50 cents. YouTube's gonna take their cut. IRS is gonna take their cut. I'm gonna be left with 50 cents. Where would you start buying if you want to start selling on Amazon? Great question. For either of you.
I think you should go so if you have a seller account, you should go scan the books on your bookshelf. I did that. We've literally done that like 3-4 times already, and we still have like $130 in profit on our bookshelves. Like, there's just easy money there.
Yeah, he's actually the person that asked that is actually a bookseller, so they know how to sell books. They're not complete beginners. What would you say for like a bookseller, which is a lot of my audience? Like you sell books. You want to do this online arbitrage thing. You don't want to do textbook arbitrage.
Yeah.
What website would you say go to?
I mean, I think eBay is sick.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you did. 90,000 in sales was eBay, right?
Yeah.
No, that's legit. What about you, Jamie James?
What was the question again? Where would you start?
Where would you start? You buy all your shit on Amazon,
I mean,
right?
You know, I do. I mean, mostly Amazon for my OA. RA, I'm mostly Targets. So I mean, Target is pretty good as far as RA, and can be decent for OA. But yeah, most of my experience for OA is just Amazon.
Nice. I like this angle. Like it looks like I'm looking at you guys. Like it looks like I'm on the side, just like actually like seeing you two. And then you guys are like talking to the audience. It feels like.
Jameson, is Romer also on your left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm curious if it like shuffles it, depending on perspective. That's a good question.
Yeah, best credit card. I have my opinion, but I'm a complete noob when it comes to this. So I'm gonna let you guys answer this first. What's the best credit card for online arbitrage sellers?
I like Spark is number 1, Plum's number 2.
Spark, why is Spark number 1?
Spark is 2% cash back, but you have to pay it off in 30 days.
Yeah, that's why.
Actually, no. Let me take it. I don't know. I just got my Spark card like 6 months ago. So at the time, they said they were getting away with the credit card. They weren't going to do the credit card anymore. They turned the Spark into a charge card. So I don't know if people that had the credit card, the Spark credit card, still have it, but mine's a charge card and has to be paid off in 30 days. Otherwise, they charge you 3% fee.
I just got Spark, so it's not a credit card; it's a charge card.
It's a charge card, yeah.
Okay.
You could just eat the 3% if you have to, though.
Yeah. So I've done. So I like that card. When I can pay it off in 30 days.
What is it? So if you don't pay, so what's the difference between a charge card and a credit card for people? I know the difference, but a lot of people probably don't.
With the charge card is 30 days, right? You have to pay it off in 30 days, I believe.
But Seth is saying you're saying you don't have to pay it off. You can take
so
it.
They're gonna not let you spend your your limit if you don't pay it off. But with the credit card, you could let your balance sit and then you could just spend on it for the next statement.
Gotcha.
And then
I would say the Amex Plum is the best credit. It's a credit card. I would say Amex Plum's the best because you have 60 days to pay it off. Everyone in the online arbitrage space, wholesale space, is saying that it takes 45 days to turn inventory. So it just makes sense to why not have that cushion? Don't go get a Plum if you have $0 in the bank and just spend a bunch of money, unless you're a huge gambler and you want to go bankrupt. But it's arguably, if you play your cards right, you're not going to have to use too much of your own cash. You can use credit cards to buy most of your inventory.
Yeah, I would say with that whole discussion, if you have a chunk of change and you're just you don't need that 60 days, the Spark is best because it's the cash back. But if you're really needing that 60 days, which is most people who are trying to scale.
One thing about the Spark though is yes, it gets 2% cash back. So it means if you spend 200,000 or 100,000 on inventory, you're getting $2,000 back. Or if you're spending 10,000, you're getting 200 back. But with Chase, you get 1.5% on most of their cards. Actually, their newest cards, you do get 2% cash back. But this is where it gets really interesting. Chase, I've heard, has better redemptions than other credit cards. I've heard they have the best. And you can take your Chase points, you can transfer them to Hyatt. Ben, shout out Ben Books, who might be coming in here later. Ben talks about if you transfer your points to Hyatt, you can essentially get a Hyatt hotel for $50 a night. Hyatt hotels usually go for $150 to $200 a night. So you can really arbitrage your points that way. So Chase points are more valuable than what is it? Capital One
Spark.
Capital One Spark. That would be the argument. But this is the interesting thing. Chase just came out with a new card that does get 2% back. They actually get 5% back on purchases over 5,000. I forget the name of the card. I think it's Business Premier. The problem with that card, though, is it doesn't allow you to transfer your points. So they're actually kind of taking away the benefits of the points only for that card. So it makes me think that they're doing this just to compete with these other credit card companies that are going to 2% just so they can, keep up. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems like if one company does 2%, all the companies are going to want to do 2% eventually. You won't get approved for Plum if you have $0 in the bank. Amex looks at your bank statements. I did not know that. Can you send in one-offs to Amazon, or do you have to send in Quantify? Yeah, you can send one-offs. I'm not sure really what he means by that, but you can send in one of a unit if you want.
Yeah, so it's not you have to have 20 of the unit in order to sell it. You can sell that one printer from a yard sale. You can sell that one book. Yeah.
Yeah. You can sell half an item if you want. You'll just get suspended.
Get the voice of the customer and they'll be missing parts.
Cheryl says, can you send that's another one. I just read quantity. TJ and Lisa in the house.
So what's up, guys?
I always thought that was to Jameson. It is Jameson. It's Jameson right there, guys.
John, what's up?
Speaking of goodwill, and this just made me think, this has nothing to do with this comment, but if you guys are sourcing physical products, you should have a what's it called, a reseller permit for your state, so you don't pay sales tax. In addition to that, if you're doing online arbitrage, you should use a prep center in a tax-free state. Jameson, do you do that? You're the
No.
OG. You don't?
No, I'm a schmuck. I pay tax.
I think that's crazy, actually. Like, I can't. You and Taylor both do that. I think it's insane. Shout out to.
I'm actually setting up my tax exempt for that state, for my state, Missouri, that I'm in. Like getting a different LLC just so I can open up another tax exempt or whatever EIN and all that shit. So that way I
With
can get
online
tax-free.
arbitrage, though, just get a prep center in a tax-free state, and you can just send all your stuff and not pay sales tax. You don't have to worry about a reseller permit. But if you're physically sourcing items like Jameson does, you're going into retail stores, 100% get a reseller permit so you don't have to pay sales tax. Like for every 100,000 you spend, it is ridiculous. It's like actually crazy. For every 100,000 you spend on inventory, like in a low state, sales tax 6%. So you're looking at saving at least 6,000. For most people that spend 100,000 OA or RA, what are they getting? 30,000 back, 130,000, so 30,000 profit. You're talking $6,000. That is, what is that? Help me out here, math.
The percentage
20%?
of 30,000.
Yeah,
It's like
6,000 is 20% of 30,000, right? Yeah. So 20. You're talking 20% of your profit. That's fucking insane. I don't see how people don't avoid that sales tax. Like,
And if you're shooting for something like $1 million in sales or something, for example, like literally your savings from using a tax-free state is like 30 grand. And that's like more than some people make in a year. That's like entire living costs for some people.
there's so many little things you can tweak. Like I was talking to Ryan, and Ryan's a reseller, and he was saying that if he moved to the East Coast, he would have saved $17,000 on shipping. Just little things like that, like really add up. Shipping, sales tax, all that. And let me know when you got to go, Seth. I know you said 20 minutes, so whenever.
I'm good still.
Cool. You're a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
Sean says, "What's up, guys?" TJ and Lisa. He's making sure that we say his name again because he's building his personal brand. Go subscribe to TJ on YouTube, guys.
Isn't that profile picture, man? That is
awesome resellers. Type in the awesome resellers, TJ and Lisa. Hopefully they'll pop up.
I think I was your guys' third subscriber. I feel pretty good about that.
Oh, I don't even know if I'm subscribed to them yet.
Bro.
I'm giving them a shout out right now, though. Jameson, you subscribe?
That's good.
No, I'm not, but I will.
Hypocrite. Calling me out. Do your research. There's some cards with good benefits out there. Yeah, there are. Jameson, are you excited about any seasonal items this summer? Did you get on that? Did you do any pools or chlorine last summer?
I did no pools, but I did do some chlorine while I was moving. I was actually with Nick Jump. We hung out for a few days in Ohio, I think, and we sourced some chlorine, and I merchant fulfilled it all, and it was a nightmare. I'll never do that again.
Yeah.
So many complaints and returns and like dings on my account because people were so upset that they, had to overpay and everything. And
why were they mad?
Price out. People get mad when they overpay for shit. But
they would be like, "Oh, I got this. It was only 5 pounds. I thought it was going to be 50 pounds."
Like, bro, read the listing.
Yeah, just talking crap, getting mad. Like I even refunded like a couple people and let them keep it. And they still like complained to Amazon about me, and I got like some dings on my account and like.
What do you mean dings?
Or whatever, like the what do you call it when you merchant fulfill when you get
negative reviews?
Oh, the claims or a defect rate.
Yeah, the defect rate or whatever. Where
and the negative defect too.
Yeah, and then because I don't merchant fulfill a lot, so then I got that thing on my account where it's like your account's at risk, blah blah blah.
We got Richie Hustles in the house.
What up, Richie?
What up, Richie? Richie, if you want to hop on here, you actually can real quick. I'll send you a link.
Give you something to hop on. I'm just
kidding,
bro.
You hear that, Richie? Jameson's got a little something for you.
Just
Hey, Addicts, what's up?
Jamie actually sells a lot of joint sticks, I've heard. He's got a private label product. You want to... Jamie's joint sticks.
Is that for me?
My mom said, "Is that for me?" Oh God.
Romer, speaking of your mom, that video with your mom sourcing was like super clean. Like it was just good content.
Yeah. I usually don't put that much effort into my content. He liked the video of you, Mom. He's a fan of Mama Romer.
What are you drinking out of? Oh, I thought it was like one of those like creamer cups to like hold milk or something.
This is my private label product. This is actually how I make all my money. Anyway, we got questions coming. We got a lot of people in the house tonight. I haven't had 18 people in here.
Right, kid.
Mom tells more than your mom.
That is very true, actually.
Dude, I need to get my mom into Amazon too. Then we have like 3 people with the mom song on Amazon.
My mom's stepping it up though. Mama Profit is.
She's an OG.
She's spoiled though. Mama Profit lives in Connecticut. If my mom lived in Connecticut, she still wouldn't sell as much as Steve's mom, but she'd be doing a lot better. But my mom lives next to McKay's, so my mom can literally source for like 5 hours in one store. So my mom's pretty spoiled too.
Yeah.
Jameson's a freak.
Good night.
Daughter to bed. That's a real man right there. We're still boys. Seth's more of a grown man than us. Seth is married. Me and Jameson are just like overgrown kids.
That's a spirit.
I remember years ago when I first started, like Jameson's one of the first resellers I actually met like in person. And I was at his apartment in, where was it, New Jersey?
New Jersey. I just moved in, had no furniture, no shower curtain, no bed,
I sleep on the blow-up mattress. And I remember you woke up and you grabbed like a briefcase and you're like, well, it's time for me to go to work. And you're being sarcastic because you didn't work a job. And like, we were going to go source or something that day or just go to a coffee shop and do nothing. Like, we're going to go get haircuts and like grab coffee to drink. And it was still kind of foreign, the idea of like not working a job. And I was like, wow, like this dude's actually living the life. And he's like making fun of people that work jobs.
No, I was not making fun of people that work jobs.
Like, it's time to go work my real job. But I liked it because I was like, wow, like this is hanging out with you and Steve for the first time was kind of trippy for me because I was like, these are 2 grown ass men just like not working like the traditional way, you know?
But like making solid money, which is sick.
I took Romer to my barber in Jersey, but I also took when Taylor came to stay with me, I took him to see my barber, and at the time Taylor was giving him he was cutting his own hair, like fading his own hair. And so I took him to my barber, and I was like, yo, what do you think of Taylor's hair? And he looks at me, and he looks at Taylor. He's like, he did a pretty good job for a blind person. Like, he was like clowning on Taylor's hair because his like fade he gave himself was like all chopped up with like little marks and stuff. And my barber was like making fun of him.
Yeah. Taylor needs to get his ass in here.
Where is he?
Billy Flip says, my grandma sent me a box of books she sourced. Hell yeah. My mom only takes 3 hours to send out a shipment. My mom doesn't even pack her own shit. My mom just drops all of her stuff off at my employee's house. My mom's pretty spoiled. She's got her own prep center.
That's the hookups.
Yeah. We don't even charge her for prep and we pay her 100% of profit. So yeah, I need to start charging her for that shit. Loved working with the chlorine. Thankfully, we had no complaints. TJ, I'm going to call TJ out real quick. So I had TJ help me with some chlorine last summer. He's up in Seattle. And he goes and picks up some chlorine for me. And like a week later, he's like, Dave, I got to tell you something. I sold some of that chlorine myself. And I was like, he was like so upset. I was like, well, thanks for telling me, man. Thanks for telling me. At least you're honest. Romer, what prep center do you use? I use quite a few. Shout out to, is it cool if I share that prep center?
Yeah, you can. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tiger, what's it called? Tiger Lily.
Yeah.
TigerLilyPrep.com. They're in a tax-free, sales tax-free state. They've communicated great, but they've prepped. Well, I used to say they prepped 0 of my items, but now they've probably prepped close to 100 over the last few days because my shipments are being delivered. They seem like they're pretty legit. Seth says they're legit, so I trust Seth. And then I've
been using them for like 3 months.
Cool. I use Eric. If you guys want books to be prepped, Eric's great for prepping books. He's in Pennsylvania. Message me if you need his number. And then I have a couple other prep centers, but they're not really worth mentioning because one of them's exclusive. And yeah, so that's it. I want to make sure when I recommend things to you guys, like I actually believe in them. So let's see what else is going on here. Whatever questions you guys have, drop them below. We got 2 awesome resellers here, online arbitrage sellers.
Romer, when's the Spanish expedition?
So I'm thinking, like, tell me what you guys think about this. So my issue is I want to like only speak Spanish for 4 months. And so like I'm kind of tripping out right now because I'm building a new funnel. Like I'm making a Discord group. I'm probably going to shoot like an exclusive webinar, like just like a one-time product for people. It'll be free, a free webinar where I teach you how to source online arbitrage products, or teach you at least how I've sourced online arbitrage products. I'm no expert, but I'm going to share my experience. Bottom line, I'm creating a bunch of content, and I want to make sure that I get enough content out there. When I move to Colombia, I want to 100% just speak Spanish for 4 months. So part of me is like, I should have one day where I speak English, but then another part of me is like, nah, just go all in. Like literally no English, only Spanish for 4 months. So basically I'll definitely be there by June, but I might be there next week. I might be there in 2 weeks. We'll see. I'm getting a lot of work done at my parents' house, enjoying being with my family. I know I'm not going to see them until 4 months after I go to Colombia. So bottom line, we'll see. What's your opinion, though, on you think I should just go balls to the wall, no English, or should I have a cheat day?
Yeah, I just don't know how you I feel like a cheat day might be a good compromise, or like a cheat afternoon or something.
Yeah, the thing is this, it's like I'm hiring a translator either from the Philippines or Venezuela or some other country that's fluent in English and Spanish, obviously. And they're going to translate everything, all my text messages, WhatsApp, communication with the team, Discord questions. If you guys ask questions about I'm launching a Discord, whatever questions, it's going to be translated to Spanish, and then I'm going to answer it in Spanish, and then my Spanish is going to be translated back to English. And so they're going to work for me full time just doing that.
Heck, if you do that, you're definitely going to learn it. So if you you should just.
I'm thinking a cheat day might screw it up for me.
Because you just like, you could see yourself end up just like not talking for 6 days and just like pushing it off and then just talk a bunch that one day.
No, I think I would just think a lot. I think I would think a lot in English leading up to my presentations and stuff. Like if I had one day where I spoke English and I planned a bunch of content for those days and like talking with fam, I don't know. I think I would think more in English, but if I force myself no Spanish, I think I'll actually start thinking in Spanish. Do you guys invest in anything? Says Quinster48. You invest in inventory.
Yeah, we invest a lot in inventory.
Same, definitely.
I'm doing around like 15 to 20K spend a week at this point, and then trying to put some more in the S&P 500 as well.
Do you know your return on investment for inventory?
For me, like if I did like 100K in sales, for example, what percentage is profit?
No, so for that 20K you spend, what do you expect to come back?
Well, it's hard to like do it exactly like that because like I have an ROI that I've sourced, but then there's also like the cost of like prep center, softwares, all that other stuff. So it's like
not including that stuff.
No, not
like just on inventory. Do you know, like, is it 30%? Is it 20%, 40%?
It's been like more like 50% because eBay is nuts. But I get a ton of returns and I have to do a lot of removal orders. So there's like trade-offs there.
As a total newbie, what apps are worth paying for to get started? So my new code to get started tomorrow gets in tomorrow. So that my code to get started gets in. I don't know what that means, the last part. But what apps do you recommend?
Your seller account?
Oh, maybe that's what they mean. My code to get for their seller
Oh,
account.
the code to like enter it, and then you enter it into your seller account to prove that you're that address. Yeah.
So this is a Facebook user, so they're coming from my book selling group. So if you're a bookseller, the only software you need to get started is Scout IQ. But if you're doing online arbitrage, what do you guys think? I mean, Keepa's a must, right?
Yeah, definitely. Keepa is probably the first thing I would get.
Yeah, it's the best $17 you'll spend in your life. And if you're a bookseller, Keepa is good for books too. And I would say Seller Amp. I've been using Seller Amp, and it gets a lot of things done. Anything else, Seth, that you would recommend besides?
It kind of just depends on like how serious and like what exactly you're trying to do and like how much faith you have in the process. Like if you are just wanting to get started and like get your foot in the door and get a couple of sales, like you could literally just do that with the seller app. And then if you're doing books, use Scout IQ. My brother though, he has my support. Like we talk and stuff. He's trying to go like at least somewhat hard with it. So like he's doing Keepa and he's doing Inventory Lab.
Gotcha.
And,
yeah. If you're prepping your own stuff, you got to have a listing software of some sort. TJ says he's getting after it. You said what?
I hooked him up with a prep center. He's a van.
Even then, I what I found is most prep centers want some type of listing software.
Yeah, exactly.
TJ's getting after it. He's doing lots of garage sales, library sales. Yeah, if you guys have limited capital, best way to start is going out and sourcing at like physically. It's just addicting too, going out and physically sourcing. And the ROI, you're not going to match that. You'll spend $20 and you'll make 100 plus.
Be on the lookout for like tools like Flukes or like electronics and stuff. There's so much in the electronics category and like the tools category at the estate sales, garage sales.
Yeah, I would never look for that shit. But like, dude, like a year ago, just straight books, DVDs, CDs. That was it. Never looked at anything else. I just got in, got out. But like this is my thought process. Like I'm good at those things, and like so I'm gonna go from one garage sale to the next and the next and the next, and just get what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Elijah's saying full immersion's the way to go. Billy Flip says, I feel like you're downplaying how tough it's going to be, but definitely go all out or don't do it. I don't think I'm downplaying how tough it's going to be. Like I know how tough businesses are, but I'm going all in. Found a spiral bound book on weaving baskets today for $249. Oh yeah.
Oh, looks like Taco Bell's on you, Billy.
I will say, like, one thing I'm doing different than a lot of people is I'm outsourcing a lot of stuff that they're not used to outsourcing. Like, I've already outsourced my sourcing. I'm not outsourcing my purchasing. Don't get that confused, guys. Like, I'm not outsourcing what I'm purchasing. Like, it's not like a VA's out there making decisions for everything that I'm purchasing. But I have outsourced finding leads. So now at the end of the day, actually throughout the day, because I'm so obsessed with it lately, I just check every few hours and all of the leads they found are in, and I'll just check to see if they're profitable or not. So don't get it twisted. I was in a group chat with Billy last night, and like I'm like, I already delegated this, and they're like, dude, focus on doing some stuff yourself first. And I'm like, there's no reason why I should prep, first of all. I don't even think there's a reason really why I should source, although I've been putting hours and hours of sourcing in because I want to develop the muscle for sourcing so I can train my team how to source effectively. But at the end of the day, I want to build a business that operates without me. And so I'm going to do the same thing I did with my book business and create a system for finding profitable inventory over and over again.
Romer, I have a question.
Billy's saying that he's not even talking about that. He's talking about the Spanish thing. So I'm barking up the wrong tree. But that was for Tim, if Tim was watching. What credit card I'm using? I'm using Plum right now. And then I have 2 Plums for both my businesses. I got the Spark. I have a bunch of Amexes, but most of my inventory expense is going to be going on the Plums. What were you about to say, Seth?
I was going to say you have a tendency of delegating as much as you can, and that's obviously a muscle that you've worked at really hard. So for me and for other people in the chat, how would you go about like leveling up that skill? Because that's just like an overall skill that makes you better at whatever you're going to do. So like, how would you go about moving from step A to step B to step B to step C, etc.?
Yeah, I would just look at your day, look at your week, and look at things you do all the time and ask yourself, could somebody else do this for me? A few examples are cleaning your room, cooking food, anything on the computer, checking email, and then you could go to your business, repricing, blah blah blah, and look at everything and be like, okay, if I had to not do this, like if I was forced to not do this, maybe you're physically not able to, maybe you broke your ankle, broke your arm, you're not able to clean your room, could you have somebody else do it? And if the answer is yes, you should probably get somebody else to do it. And some people, they don't like to have their have a maid come in their house and move their shit around. That's okay. Some people, they like to cut their grass. That's okay. Some people in their business, the thing is, like a business at scale, you're gonna have so much inventory to prep that you can't prep it all yourself. Like there's obvious things that you should delegate, but what you should look at is look at your business overall, look at your life overall, because time is time. Doesn't matter if you're spending it in your business, your personal life. If you can get that time back somehow, get it back. And pay for it either by a third party done for you service, which is like a maid, or hire a VA, which is more of an in-house solution, and literally just teach them to do what you're doing. Like I have not actually purchased, I probably purchased 2% of my inventory. The rest of my inventory, like when it comes to entering the credit card information, when it comes to entering my address, when it comes to entering all that shit, when it comes to buying a plane ticket and entering in or filling out a brochure, like when you travel to different countries, you need to fill out a whole form to get into the country. I hate doing that shit. And it takes 10 minutes of my time. Now, 10 minutes isn't much, but if you add 20 of those things up in one day, that's 200 minutes. 200 minutes divided by 60, that's like an hour. That's 3 hours. 3 hours and 20 minutes. You can get a lot of time back if you have like a full-time VA. So now I have my main assistant. And like, honestly, it's kind of like weird, but like I've been inspired by movies like James Bond. I watch what Gary Vee does. Like I watch everybody at the higher level, and I get inspired by like how James Bond just has his assistant doing everything for him at all times. I'm not saying I'm fucking James Bond or anything, but for $1.50 a fucking hour, you can hire somebody to do everything for you. And for me, that's insane. And am I doing it to show off? Maybe like 2% of me is doing it to show off because I talk about it a lot. So obviously, like, maybe I get off on that. But no, honestly, like 98% of the reason is I want to get my time back and I want to be able to focus on my business, my life, my passions, whatever. And a lot of people misunderstand what I mean by getting my time back because they see me salsa dancing or hanging out with Jameson or doing this YouTube live. And they're like, dude, you're just fucking around. It's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want with my time once I get it back. I got the time back. I can do whatever I want with it, but I'm not prepping shit. I'm not cleaning my kitchen. I'm not vacuuming my room. Somebody else is doing all those things. I'm not filling out the brochure to go to Colombia next month. I'm not checking into my flight. All of those things are handled. Anyway, obviously it's something I'm really passionate about, but if you truly want to delegate your whole life for about 10 or 15,000 a year, including like a maid service, cooking service, maybe that would up it a little bit more than that. But especially just VAs doing everything in your personal life and a lot of your business stuff for about 10 to 15,000 a year, you can have like everything done. Like you're basically a baby again.
And you just give them logins and you're just like chill with it.
Yeah. You gotta be careful. You want to have one throat to choke. You don't want to have 8 different people that you think may have used your credit card for fraud. If you're really paranoid, just get a delegate credit card. And so if they ever misspend anything, it's a delegate card. And I don't know if you can do a chargeback in that situation, but you could set a limit. Maybe they can only spend $2,000. Maybe don't give them access to your bank account. But for me, I've been robbed a lot, but I think I know who's going to rob from me and who's going to rob me and who's not going to rob me. And I mean, I have like 12 bank accounts. And so the OTP codes, all of that shit is just such a pain in the ass for me to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Like I want to check all the balances every day. I want it consolidated. And like, I'm sure I could use a bunch of delegate accounts, but honestly, my VA just logs in and checks himself. So yeah, he's got admin access. Flips for Miles in the house. He says, smash that motherfucking like button. Hell yeah.
What's up, Miles?
What up, Miles?
And Alicia, is that how you say it? I have no clue.
I was gonna say Elijah, but I don't know.
Elijah.
Let us know.
Elijah. And guys, it was good hanging out, but I'm gonna head off for now.
All right,
But
peace out, Seth. Always a
Peace,
pleasure
guys.
having you.
brother.
good to
Have a
hang
good
out.
night. All right, we'll see you, brother.
Boom. Just
Right,
the
now
two of us.
Now can we take our clothes?
It's a nice little backdrop you got. It'd be cool if you got one of these things I got here and like put it at the bottom of it, like a blue one. That would look sick.
Oh, are those like the string LED lights?
Yeah.
Oh, I have those around my Taco Bell sign.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm gonna
you have a
hang that
Taco-
on my
wait,
wall too.
What
You
is
haven't
it?
seen my Taco Bell sign?
Maybe I have. Have you used it in the videos before?
No, I got a couple pictures on Instagram.
Oh, okay. That would be a sick backdrop. It's like neon?
It's it's downstairs. I was gonna say I'll go get it and show you, but it's downstairs.
In your dungeon?
Yeah.
Is there inventory all over your house?
Yeah. Partially. I'm still organizing my new storage unit, so like I'm slowly shipping it out and slowly putting it in the storage unit. So
Gotcha.
should be done in a week or so. Have everything out.
What's your game plan with that? With the storage unit? Just
A lot of it's
stuff out of it, or
wholesale.
just keep seasonal
A good
items?
portion of it's wholesale. So like I'm trying to build up my business where I buy 2 to 3 years of inventory per SKU.
Wow.
So I have 4 SKUs.
That's
right
what's
now.
worked for you.
That's what I want to build my business to, where it's like I can buy, say 2,000 of this item and sell, 10 or 20 or 30 a month or whatever, a month for the next few years. So that way it's just like, boom, replenish listed and unlisted inventory. And then when it's ready to go, I literally slap a label on the box and I can just kind of consistently keep feeding that inventory and keep it where I have like a month stock and supply at Amazon. And I want to slowly build up my SKUs where I have hundreds of SKUs.
Is
where
there
I
an
can
echo? Steve's saying echo.
Echo schmecko. No, I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, I got headphones
Maybe
on.
maybe shake your neon light again.
I can make an echo real quick. No, I don't hear anything on there. That's interesting though. He said I tried to remove it. Oh, what's he saying? My bad, you're good now. Steve's like when Steve says something, he's like my webinar guy. We used to do webinars together, and so whenever he says stuff, I freak out. He would always like in the other room, and he'd be like, "There's an echo, like it sounds like shit." And I'd be like, "Fuck, I gotta fix it right now." I had literal nightmares. We used to do these webinars. We had like 800 people show up at one point, and if the computer crashed, like there's 800 people live, and then it's just gone, And like we were gonna sell them a product at the end, and we paid for them to be there. And if it was just scary. I literally had nightmares about those webinars, but it was a lot of fun. Y'all about to source some products? We could source a little bit right now. You want to do some sourcing, Jameson?
Let's do it.
Let me. I gave away all my leads the other night, but I probably doubled my leads list since.
I'm gonna grab water real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Jameson is the toy expert, so let's see if I can find. I'll copy and paste some of these toys. Got some Funko Pops. Open up a new spreadsheet. Yeah, so I'll show you guys my sourcing process real quick, exactly what I do for sourcing. Jameson has wisdom when it comes to toys. He kind of knows like what's going to happen in the future, not just based on the numbers. Like I know what's going to happen based on the historical data, but he knows what's going to happen based on like popularity, and just being in the game for a long time. So I'm also selling a lot of Nike shoes, apparel. Got some more Legos here. Legos is interesting though. You can only buy so many off Legos.com, but I found these on Barnes and Noble. Some of these websites with OA, they only let you purchase so many. All right, I got 2 leads here we can check out. let me share my screen with you real quick. All right, and if you guys have questions throughout this process, just drop them below. But let's dive into this. Boom.
Goes the dynamite.
I got my good laptop back. I was dealing with this thing for like this little Asus. The reason why I bought it is because it's military grade. Like, and I broke this laptop here when I was traveling. Big shout out to College Picker. He fixed it. This is like $1,200 to $1,300. This laptop's like $700, and it kept overheating. I don't know if you remember, but it would like kick me out of my own Zoom meetings and StreamYards. And you guys were making fun of my camera, and like I just felt like a little bitch. So I had to level up. Peer pressure. You guys peer pressured me into getting a real laptop. Has anyone had luck with wholesale? Have you, Jameson? Have you had any luck with wholesale?
A little bit, yeah. I'm slowly getting into it, and it's definitely a learning curve to wholesale. Some of the roadblocks.
We're out.
What happened? I don't even know if it's still going. Oh, I can't tell. Are we still live? Okay, we are still live. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to change Romer's password to his YouTube now, and I'm going to have to take over his channel. Thank you. What's going on, guys? What do you guys, let's see, what is that other one? Oh, yeah, it's about the wholesale. Yeah, I started getting into wholesale like about 2 years ago. I made a lot of mistakes early on doing wholesale. I would do buys where like they would end up tanking and the market would get flooded. And I lost a lot of money at wholesale in the beginning. And I'm slowly hot girls and boys video chat. Let's go. So I slowly started to learn.
I'm glad it didn't boot me.
Welcome
My
back,
laptop
bro.
just died. I'm glad you carried it.
Yo, you're just in time for hot girls and boys video chat.
Oh shit! Big shout out. No, don't shout them out. Those guys. I have one video. Oh my gosh, they are going crazy.
Is that like a bot or something?
Yeah. I have one video that has like over 1,000 comments, but I think it boosts the algorithm. I should probably boot them. How do I boot them?
You should probably buy one. So you said it boosts the algorithm, like your video, or
Yeah. That video pays me like it's made me almost like $700, which is like that's my biggest YouTube video, and it's like cranky. It's getting like more views every month. Tons of bots because the video is about how to get your Amazon account back. So there's lots of bots trying to scam people, trying to sell them on like an account recovery service.
Oh, I had Elon Musk try to scam me the other day when I was watching an Elon Musk TikTok. The guy that looked like Elon Musk and they had his name Elon Musk official _.
Do you have any fake accounts out yet?
I had a Facebook one like a few years ago.
Gotcha. They'll get you on. They're going everywhere. They're going after small people too. Like even if you're following like only a few thousand, like they will find you, and they'll spell your name like 1,000 different ways.
I'm too small for anyone to go after me then.
But this is the problem: is like people trust you, and it's going to be like Jameson Philippi with like 2 eyes in, and nobody's going to notice, and they're going to sell them like a $5,000 coaching program that doesn't exist, and then. Yeah, so be careful.
How much did you guys spend today? Oof, man, today was not a good day. I spent $200 on groceries today.
Okay, so here's the extension I use. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is like for everyone in the book world, this is kind of like Scout IQ. So these turn green if they're good. So I have a 20% ROI minimum, so it turns green if it's above 20%. I have a $3 profit threshold. So as long as it's above $3, it turns green. I don't want to spend money on anything less than $3. These other things turn green too if they're good. This does say IP alert, so it warns you if it thinks the brand is going to give you complaints about authenticity or just an IP complaint, intellectual property complaint. Anyway, and you can see all this in the glimpse of an eye. You just open it up and it gives you all this information. And then you can enter the buy cost right here for what other websites are selling it for. So what I do is I just do a Google search. I can see that this website's selling it for $14.22. eBay's selling it for $11.99. And literally I just go through Google listings. I go through shopping on Google just like this, and I find all these different websites. So my VAs found this for $10.99 somewhere, and we can actually pull up exactly where they found it. Here they include the website. So they found this at lugocollectibles.com. You ever hear of this website?
I don't believe I have. No.
Okay. So for $10.99, supposedly you can buy these. And usually most websites, if you buy at least like 10 items, 5 to 10 items, they'll give you free shipping. So that's just know that usually shipping isn't going to be factored in. At least from my experience, it hasn't been. On other websites, they do a lot of it. As long as you purchase like a large quantity, they're not going to charge you shipping. But anyway, so what's your opinion on this, Jameson? Should we buy
Let me
this?
make my screen a little bit bigger real quick. Let's see.
I mean, it's consistent at $18.99.
Oh, wow.
The buy box.
It
We
just
go
jumped up to what, 25 just now?
Yeah.
I mean,
$18 is losing money. $18.99.
yeah, I would pass probably. And too, like if I do sell Funko Pops, I buy the clear plastic protectors for them, and I try to box them too. So I would try to add that cost into it. So if I'm probably not making like $10 Funko, I wouldn't.
So it's not just going to be $1 prep cost. It's going to be probably like $2 with everything.
Yeah.
You can see the number of sellers at the bottom is just increasing like crazy. And then the price kind of dropped. It's interesting how the price never went below $18.99. Maybe they have like
that's really crazy.
They might have like a MSRP rule where like they don't. I've heard wholesalers do this. You're not allowed to drop the price below a certain price. I'm not sure if that's maybe Amazon will like deactivate your listing if you go below that.
Weird. That's really weird that it did not drop below. Yeah.
So we got that, and then we got some Legos here.
What do we got here?
I think I can order 5 of these. No, this was interesting. I think my team didn't realize it's a 12-pack.
12-pack. They thought it was a single pack or something.
Yeah, but I mean, we can still buy these for. Well, actually, that would be really expensive because it's
retail $4.99 on those. So this is actually below retail. And usually these 12 packs actually come in a box. Usually, like they're individually boxed.
Okay. So yeah, that's
because I've sold that green one there. I've actually sold that exact one before that was on the other screen, and those actually come in like boxed by Lego.
Gotcha. Okay. So you don't store stock people?
I've never done that before. I never, not like I just never did it. No reason to why or why not.
I think I know this guy, Mark. You can see like some people just have their name as their store. Let's see. So what you can do, like this is so cool. So you can hover over and you can see this FBA seller is 47 reviews, 3 reviews. So these are like really small accounts. They're probably arbitrage sellers, shop for toys. Like this is obviously a toy seller. But I like to go to people like with less than 1,000 reviews. This is what Flips for Miles taught me and Warner, because these people are probably just flipping from other websites.
Definitely. Yeah, that's smart.
This is their storefront, and you can just see all the keepas, all the products they're selling. You can get an instant view of their keepa and really see. You get an idea for is Amazon on the listing. Like I see Amazon on these, so I'm instantly like, no, I'm not going to deal with it. This one Amazon's not on, but the price is too low, so I'm going to pass. So it allows me just to like source really, really efficiently. $54, max cost $34. It's the same thing we just looked at actually. What else do we have here? Chess. and it tells you the max cost. So this is a max cost to have
That's
at
cool.
least 20% ROI.
So
So
this
that-
does this factor in like inbound shipping, prep
Yes,
fees?
for me it does. It factors in
think-
inbound shipping, which is
Okay.
20 cents per pound, and it factors in the prep costs because I've added those two things in the
Awesome.
back end. Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
I have a
Okay.
$1.25 prep cost. My prep cost is only $1, but again, sometimes you might have poly bags. You might need to pay
Yeah,
for
good play. That's smart.
supplies, something like that. So this is kind of like this is already factoring that stuff in. So here's a puzzle. If I can find this for $12, that's money. So this is just what I do. I just go on Google and I sift through these. Looks like I can maybe get it for 13, but probably no profit there. But the cool thing is, like, if you find an arbitrage seller and you know that they're like, you know, they're an arbitrage seller, you know that the items they're selling, they're making money on. Like, even these guys, you know, they're making money. Maybe they're doing wholesale. They're obviously not doing private label because there's so many different products. They're either doing reselling, wholesale, or what's the other one? Online arbitrage, what we're doing right now. So you know they're making money. They're getting these products somewhere at a profitable price. Right here, $12. I like to look at, I don't like this store that much. I mean, this is a lot of toys and puzzles and shit. I like to look at stores with Nike. Because I'm on gated Nike. I found a ton of good Nike lately. What we got? Oh, I thought somebody commented.
No, that you scrolled over Barbie when you were reading that story. Yeah, I think I only spent $400 on OA today. I bought 3 pairs of shoes, and I spent $200 on groceries. So I'm in the red today.
How much are you gonna make off those shoes?
Maybe on the low end, 100. That's like low, and then maybe like 150 on the high end. So probably $30 to $50 a pair.
How's your VA going? Or how's he doing?
It's weird. We haven't like fully gotten into it yet. I was setting up like QuickBooks and stuff like that. I got to finish setting that up because I was having trouble. Like I had never used QuickBooks in my life, so
yeah.
I like.
Let me know if you need help with that. I can help you out with VAs and like managing them. One pro tip that I have for VAs. Let me open up my email real quick. It's called an EOD, end of day report. Like it's so simple, but have them like email you everything they did. Like it's kind of
okay.
I'm making sure there's no sensitive information here, but let me open this up. This is for my course business. So you can see she's literally emailing me everything she did. Like it's just so much information. And most days it's like the same things over and over again. But if you can get a number put to their task, that is like you can't lie about numbers. You know, numbers are numbers. So Stripe, that's a software we use, PayPal. She's got one for like so there's a number put to everything that she does. Total emails. You can put that into a number. There's 15 total emails. Total of emails she sent, 4. Total of people submitted to or let in the Facebook group, blah, blah, blah. So you get all this information in like that. I recommend, like I didn't do this for my first year or 2 with VAs, but ever since doing that, like and then also record their screens. I don't think I've ever, maybe like 2 times I've looked at my VA's like screen share report.
Okay.
Like it records their screen. I think I've only ever looked at the report 2 times. Like if somebody's really, really like screwing up, you can look at their screen. Like, what are you actually doing? Because that doesn't lie either. For 8 hours of the day, their screen's being recorded and it screenshots like every second. So I hate selling Funko. Why do you hate selling Funko? Do you get IP complaints?
Customers complain a lot with Funko.
Seller Amp says I get IP complaints, but you were saying that IP complaints, you've never heard that before, right?
Not on Funko, no. I've had a lot of issues where customers complained about damages and stuff like that. Like I used to when I sold Funkos heavily, I would literally box that. I would individually. I would put the clear protector case on them, and then I would individually box them, like so they were in their own box and own protector, and then I would still get customers complaining about condition. Like,
Gotcha.
I was just like,
Yeah, it's one of those items where people just are going to complain.
Yeah, they're super picky. Like the Funkos that I would buy were literally, I would directly pull them out of the manufacturer's boxes, like where no humans were, tampering with them or touching them, and I would still get complaints. So I kind of just got done with them. But I brought up my Taco Bell sign, Romer. I'm gonna put this where this picture is. So I'm gonna put that there.
Hell yeah. Nice. Yeah, that is pretty cool actually. Yeah, that'll be.
So yeah, where that picture is, I'm gonna put that right up there in the. That's gonna be my background.
Yeah, somebody says they've gotten a bad review. There's some books like that too. Like there's just certain books when you sell it, you're gonna get a bad review because it's supposed to have an access code. Strength Finder. It's a small book. Anyone that sells Strength Finder, they know that they're gonna get a bad review if it doesn't have the access code. I think Amazon will actually restrict you in that book now, which is good because you don't want to sell that book if we're just going to get a bunch of negative feedback. Let's see. But he's asking me if I could start all over, would I do OA or books or online arbitrage or books? It's a good question. Like I had to do books to get where I'm at now, and I still have my book business, and my book business hopefully will do close to 2 million this year. But I built my book business in a unique way with restrictedinventory.com. When I started books, it was the classic way that most people do books, cherry picking, going into thrift stores, scanning books at libraries, thrift stores, college campuses. But if I could go back in time, I mean, knowing about online arbitrage, knowing about drop shipping, if I went all the way back 18 years old, I would probably do drop shipping. Just because I was so broke and I had no capital, no credit cards. Drop shipping, you can just put a bunch of hard work in and get results. Whereas like these other businesses, you need money to make money. So if I could go back in time, I'd probably do drop shipping. But it's also a super sketch business, which is why I don't do it now. So yeah. Is drop shipping, like, are there still Amazon? There's obviously Amazon drop shippers, but do you know any Amazon drop shippers who are just like crushing it on Amazon?
I don't know a single one that's doing
it's
it
mostly
successfully.
Shopify, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what about you? What if you could go back to you're 18 years old? What would you do?
Well, it would depend on if I had money or not. If I didn't have money, I would probably do the exact same thing I did, garage sales, Goodwills,
Yeah.
because I mean, it's not hard to scrape up, $5, $10, $20 to get started and, hustle your way through. I mean, I'm sure it's probably like now it's a lot harder, but you could still go on Craigslist and sift through the free section and probably find stuff that you could turn around and flip on, Facebook Marketplace or something and get a few bucks and build capital. But, I would want to get to OA or wholesale at some point, but definitely with the garage sales and thrift stores and stuff for sure.
Yeah, I probably would have started my personal brand a lot earlier too, just posting online, which I did naturally, but I posted all on Snapchat. So it was like, it's gone, I posted a bunch of just stories. Like that used to be my thing. And like, I would post a lot on Instagram too. Like if you guys are ever super bored, go to my Instagram and just scroll all the way down. And you go back like 10 years now, 10 plus years, and see when I first posted. And I used to post just stupid shit. And that was like my personal brand from day one, just posting. You said what?
He said I used to post stupid shit. I said used to.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I guess that was a. Wow.
The guy who's live streaming this is.
Yo, what up, Checkmate Flips? Welcome back. He's like still going.
Checkmate Flips in the house. We got. Yeah. Seller Amp does give a lot of false IP complaints. It looks like. Yeah. Everyone in corporate America is trying to take that Strength Finders test. What do you think your strengths are? Have you heard of Strength Finders? Strength Finder, the book.
What is that?
So it's like a book that like it's supposed to tell you what it's supposed to be like a self-awareness book. Tell you what you're good at. Are you good at communicating? Are you good at leading people? Are you more of like an introvert? Are you focused? Are you scatterbrained? Are you creative? What do you think your number one strength is? Like that you have like dialed, because you're old enough and self-aware enough that you've done this for so long that you probably know what's like gotten you to where you are. What do you think your number one strength is?
Probably just my hustle, my drive, I guess, maybe discipline, maybe determination. I guess I don't know what
Just not
word
giving up.
describes it. Yeah, just not giving up, definitely, and just having good skill to make friends and network. That's probably my best skill.
You're definitely good at that, and that goes a long way. Yeah, I have my guy do an end of day. Helps me feel way better. Yeah, end of day report. It's essential. Like the worst thing your employee can tell you or your VA can tell you is that you're a good boss, or not that you're a good boss, but you're a cool boss. If they tell you you're a cool boss, you know that you're fucking up. Like as bad as that sounds, like I'm dead ass. Like the moment your VA or an employee's like, you're the coolest boss ever, like you're doing something wrong because you're not monitoring them properly. Maybe there's like 10% of cases when they say that it doesn't apply to this, but most of the time it means that you're too lenient and like you have no schedule for them, and they just feel like it's, they feel like they got that teacher that doesn't give a shit during study hall and they can do whatever they want, and you don't want them to feel like that because that means work's not actually being done. You want to be the asshole teacher that would not let kids talk. You want to monitor everything. Oh shit. They got unblocked. I just gotta block them forever. Somebody says those are probably yours, Jameson.
Oops, I didn't see it because the freaking
Is that your other account?
What, the webcam thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
You trying to promote your YouTube on mine, bro?
Yeah. How do you think I make all my passive income?
You got YouTube automation.
And then my VA that's spamming you right now, I'm gonna have them send me an end of the day report when they're done with this.
Yeah, you got a pretty good system going there. Isn't it crazy? Like some of these, like the scammers at the high level, like they actually have really good business skills. Like they're assholes, but they're really good at like at lead generation. Like this guy's got a bot fucking, working for him right now. And my channel's not that big, but that one video got 30,000 views. And the people that watch that video are really, really like in not a dark place, but their Amazon account shut down. They're emotional. And to see, this is the thing about scammers is like a scammer, even if like you look at them and you're like, that is so stupid. How could anyone ever fall for it? In the right moment, if somebody sees that message, it's like a godsend and they're not thinking logically. And they think it's just some random person commenting. They don't even see it that the grammar is messed up or anything like that. They just read it as a regular comment. They shoot a DM. And in a perfect world, like the person on the other side replies with good English and they just get roped in. And so even if it's only like 0.1% of the time, people are getting scammed.
Yeah.
No, this is definitely from Romer's shirtless selfies on IG. I almost did this. Shirtless. I was about to start it, but something about YouTube shirtless. I go shirtless on YouTube, but like tonight I got the light in the background, and it just seemed weird to be shirtless. So I was like, I'm putting a shirt on for this. Didn't want to weird Jameson out when he hopped in a one-on-one call. I'm just shirtless sitting here waiting for you.
We've shared an ice bath together. I don't think it gets any more weird than that.
And we documented it and posted it on YouTube. All right, I think that's it for the night. I gotta go.
All right, cool. Gotta go. Bye.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, man. Where can they find you at?
Instagram, Facebook, and just under my name, Jameson Philippi, and that's it.
All right. Jameson is a GOAT when it comes to Amazon. The Amazon flips. He's really good at seasonal items. He's like so connected with the community. Great person to be connected with. He posts motivational shit every day. So go follow Jameson, guys.
Appreciate you. right, brother.
Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.